Yo, welcome back, welcome back. This is another episode of You Like My Podcast. It's your boy Sterlo, aka You Like My Photos, here with my co-host Few Do It Better.
Man, yes, sir. What's going on?
Yeah. And we got a special guest here, man. It's my boy, comedian Munchies, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How y'all?
Good,
Man,
good. Well, I don't know,
great, man.
do we call you Munchies right now, or
What do we call you?
Big P.
Big P
Big
right
P,
now,
okay.
Big P.
or do
Word,
we call you
son.
by your government?
Son?
Oh, Pablo.
Pablo, yeah.
Don't matter, Big P, Pablo.
Yeah, man.
Everybody now call me Munchies. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
Great to have you here, my man.
Glad
A
to
pleasure
be here.
once again, man. You gotta tell the world, man. How did you get started in comedy?
You know what? It's really acting. Comedy just was something that I guess my mother instilled in with me. You know what I'm saying? My mother she was always popular. At all the grown-up parties, and she would sit at the table, get drunk, and then people just sit there, and she just tell all these jokes and folk tales, and people just be laughing. So I think I got it from her. But when I really got to taste comedy was, I think it was in 2006. Me growing up, I grew up around an all-black neighborhood, so I was the only Mexican.
Where did you grow up?
Jersey,
Jersey,
from Orange.
Jersey boy.
Orange, New Jersey, yeah.
Okay.
So me growing up, I always got picked on, bullied. You know what I'm saying? So
Really?
it's like
You just seem so cool. I can't imagine that, bro. You just seem like a genuinely cool person.
you'll be surprised, big dog.
Wait, so I got a question.
Uh,
Who got picked on? Did Munchie get picked on?
Oh, Pablo.
Pablo got
Pablo.
picked
Pablo.
on.
No,
Okay.
Big P ain't even coming to the picture yet. Pablo.
Okay.
Pablo. I got picked on a lot. So, you either have to, be able to crack or I know how to fight. So, growing up, I sharpened both. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So got into a lot of fights, got into a lot of jokes. So it's but my comedy actually it started, cutting at the barbershop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I did some time. I came home and then I had to learn how to cut hair. You know what I'm saying? So in the barbershop, I clowned a lot. And I remember this day like yesterday, man. It was this customer I was cool with, but he had a missing leg. So,
Prosthetic,
I
man.
had a prosthetic, but he had some metal shit, he had on some RoboCop shit. So he would come in and mess with us, but me, I keep my mouth shut. I'll speak when I need to speak. But just one day he just came fucking with me, and I was like, bro, why don't you just go ahead, kick your little kickstand, stand in the corner, and he got upset. So we started clowning each other, and me, I got the best of him. And homeboy was like, "Oh, you think you're funny? If you think you're funny, I'll pay you $200 to come out to my comedy club and clown on this comedian. He'll eat your ass alive."
It was growing up, man. Working in the barbershop used to just be a cool thing. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of jealous. Yeah, that used to be the thing. You if when you was a little dude, you come in, you sweep up the hair in the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? All the barbers would tip you. You know what I'm saying? That used to just be. I don't know. Barbershops changed now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same vibe. You got to make an appointment now.
Oh my God, the apps and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little different now. But nah, shout out to you, man. So okay, can we talk about what happened? What did you go to prison for, or what did you do time for?
Mm.
I wanna know.
Put it like
You
this,
can please the
man.
fifth.
Yeah, I plead the fifth.
Okay,
plead
say
the
less.
fifth.
Say
Say
less.
less.
I did 7 years. Just know I did 7
Oh,
years.
All right,
You
he
do
ain't
7 years for murder. Never mind.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Don't
sorry.
listen to
I'm
Few,
just
man.
playing.
Don't
I'm
worry.
just playing. So okay, you was cutting hair. Were you good?
Oh yeah, I'm nice.
Yeah,
I'm
Okay,
nice.
okay.
Yeah.
So you got nice inside. Is that where you learned how?
Nah, I actually got nice coming out because
Okay.
I was young. I was real young when I got locked up. So I came home when I was 19. So you already know I was locked up at 13. I did 7. I came home. When I came home, due to my status in this country, I couldn't get a regular job. So a friend of mine was like, "Bro, you should. Somebody I got cool with was like, yo, you should cut hair."
Wait. You
Your
single?
status, yeah.
No,
single?
No, as
I
in
wasn't
like
born in
his
this country.
immigrant
Oh,
status.
My immigrant
okay,
status. I
okay.
wasn't born here.
Okay.
I've been here since the age of 4, but
Okay, where are you originally from?
I'm Mexican and Guatemalan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So where
right.
you from?
Mexico and
Mexico and
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
I claim both.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
I can only claim where I'm. Okay, I feel you.
No, I'm saying, Paris and all that, so it's like I claim both, you know what I'm saying? But majority Mexico. Yeah.
I'm about to say, you see the big Mexico written
Mexico
on the
flag on
poncho.
it,
Yes,
yeah.
You
yes.
know what I'm saying?
And I like that. I like
Ripping
that.
hard.
Yeah, I claim both though. But
Okay, so you said you got nice once you came out.
yeah, when I came out, a friend of mine put me on. I met this kid that was younger than me. He was like 16, cutting hair, but I seen the knot. He had a knot. I was like, God damn, bro, like the fuck? Like, I mean, what you do, big dog? Like, like I cut hair and da. So I paid attention. I'm like, yo, he was making like 1,800 a week, killing it. So I wanted to learn how to cut hair. So I actually around my neighborhood, I know there was this guy named Dexter. He's from Trinidad, and I asked him if he could teach me. So he was like, "Oh, I don't got time to teach nobody." I was like, "Yo, I'll pay you." He was like, "Oh, you pay me?" He was like, "Look, you buy my lunch every day, and I'll show you how to cut hair." So he said he wanted me to do it for a month.
Okay.
But I did it for a week, and he was like, "All right, go sit in the chair." And he basically gave me all the ball heads. Everybody that wanted a ball, he was like, "Yo, look, they're gonna pay you $5, and you're gonna practice doing a fade while you're cutting the hair in the baldy." So I did that for like 2 weeks. And he was like, "All right, try out a haircut," and I tried out a haircut. And then he was like, he was teaching me. So one thing I do, I'm gonna keep it honest. Like something I do is like, I'm a very good observer. So if I see something I like, I'm gonna learn it fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So because I always been on survival mode. Like I couldn't.
Right. I feel like you showed me 3 times. I can get a good gist of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then over time I can perfect it.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
get
because
it.
what a lot of people don't know about Pablo Munchie, Big P, is my man built jets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm an aircraft engineer. Yeah.
yeah, he's an
Right.
aircraft
You have
engineer.
you have a hell of a career, not a job.
No.
Yeah,
You have a
if
career.
all else fails, you can just go build a jet.
Yeah.
You know, well, how did you get into that? How did you go from barber
Wait.
doing?
We skipped it.
Yeah, like how did you go from the
Wait.
barber shop to like?
No, because we missed an important chapter because you have to get a green card in order to build jets. So we
Geez,
can't
yeah,
skip. We
so-
can't
so,
skip.
yeah, please continue.
Come on, Sterling.
Enlighten
You
us.
can't pass go yet.
Yeah,
Don't
It's
don't
just
send them
so
around the
much.
board just
Right,
yet.
it's so much already.
Um,
Okay.
So cutting hair, I learned. I got good at it. Comedy was there. I got on stage. I performed. My first time performing, I did awesome. Nobody knew that I wasn't a comedian. People thought that I was an established comedian, and I wasn't.
Right.
So
You gave out those vibes.
I gave all those back because I went like it was like 15 barbers, so we all went. All the barbers came out, customers came out. So it was like about 40 of us at the club. Mind you, it was 300 people there. So I
Right.
got nervous when I got there. I'm like, oh, just ain't like the barbershop.
Right.
Took 2 shots, got on stage. I did my thing.
Right.
First show, I killed it. Second show, I bombed.
What happened at the second show? What was
I got
it?
too cocky. I
Different
was too
jokes?
cocky. I was too cocky.
Different. Oh, too cocky. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You just
So
you switched the jokes? What happened?
Yeah, I wilded out. I got too comfortable. And actually, my second show was for Wendy Williams.
Oh what? Damn.
Yeah.
Your second show was from Wendy Williams?
Second show was for Wendy Williams at Times Square Comedy in New York. And Roach from Bill Cosby was there. From
Yeah,
Martin,
yeah.
he was there. Cole, he was there. Charlamagne the guy was there. He was Wendy Williams, I guess at the time.
Yeah, assistant, yeah.
Because they was doing radio. This is when she
Right.
was doing radio in New York. Or out of Philly, whatever she was doing. But yeah, but I bombed.
So
Jeez.
so your material, do you just go up and freestyle or do you actually write down material?
When I started, I freestyled.
Okay.
When I understood the craft, because it's a difference between a comic and a comedian.
Right.
Comic can tell jokes instead of a comedian actually tells a story. So out of respect for the craft, I started speaking about my life.
Right.
On stage, I spoke about what it is to survive as a Mexican trying to blend in.
Right.
Yeah, people laughed and everybody thought it was a joke.
But
Nobody
this was your
knew.
life. This was your.
It was my life, but nobody actually knew. Like, because everybody like, bro, I love how you did that where I ain't got no green card and da da da. And it was
He was like, yeah, that's my life.
no, but I never told nobody that.
Right.
I was just like, oh yeah, you just thought about it. But I was actually speaking my life, and I just got good at it. And then now I get to the aviation part. growing up in Jersey, Jersey's kind of reckless. You know what I'm saying? So I got kids now at the time at 30 with my kids. It's like, all right, I just applied for my work permit. So immigration, through my wife, my immigration granted me permission to work, which was like it's almost like a work permit. Just look at it as like a permit to drive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can kind of drive, but you really can't really drive. So that came about, and a friend of mine was like, "You should come to Atlanta." I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, Mexicans down here. You're like, nah, it's a lot of Mexicans down here, bro. Like, for real? Right. You hear Atlanta, you hear black. It's all black culture, barbecue, football, sports. Right. Like
What year is this?
2016.
Okay.
2016. That's when it first came up in my head, like, to do that. At that time, I was fighting to stay here. You know what I'm saying? To stay in this country. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all my life I tried, but everybody's like, no, you got to go back for 10 years. It was always that story. You know what I'm saying? So my boy was like, yo, come to Atlanta. And again, like, thinking about having kids, because my first daughter was born in 2018. So my wife wasn't pregnant yet, but we was in the works of talking about having kids. Okay. So I came down. I didn't like Atlanta at first. Bro,
why not?
No sidewalks. Like Walmart is the only place you can go shopping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Jersey. I can walk out of my door and like there's like 6 barbershops on one block.
Right.
Okay.
There's like 3 stores on one block. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a sneaker store every other 2 blocks. You know what I'm saying? So over here, you got to go from Jonesboro to downtown Atlanta.
Everybody be like, nah, it's down the street.
Yeah. Bro.
It's around
listen,
the corner.
You guys take down the street to a whole nother level.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Like, oh, bro, we going right here. All right. Right here for us is literally down the street is 2 blocks. 3 blocks is when they BSing, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, but y'all walking them 3 blocks.
That's what I'm saying, though. You can walk it.
It's the same 30 minutes.
Yeah, nah, hell no, it's not, bro. 30 minutes for y'all driving. For us walking is a difference, bro. It's a difference.
You know how it is, man. Whenever your tree man pull up, he always be like, man, I'm right around the corner. It take like an hour.
No. The weed man is totally different. Totally different. You don't never trust this time. Whatever he say, it's like a girl when she tell you how many bodies she got. Add something to it.
Yeah, add something to it.
And put a little extra on it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
yeah, you moved to Atlanta 2016.
No, I didn't move yet. I came to visit.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So my boy was like, come down here. So I came down here. So my first experience of how, to me, no disrespect, like it was slow because I was like, bro, everything is like, because I'm used to the movement.
Right.
Everything is, I just laid back, almost like Cali vibe. You know what I'm saying? So come down to Atlanta, and I remember this is one of the things that I didn't want to move here. My boy was like, I was like, yo, I want to go to Atlanta. I want to go downtown Atlanta. I want to go kick it, chill. He was like, all right, bro, we just gonna go wait on Marta. I was like, all right, bet. Mind you, he was in Jonesboro at the time, so we walked a long ass block to get to the gas station, right? So we walked to the gas station, right? I'm standing there with him and shit. And I'm like, 15, 20 minutes go by. I'm like, bro, where the fuck is Marta at? Where the fuck is this bitch at? You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, it should be coming. Like, what do you mean it should be coming? Like, call this bitch and tell her we here. Like, he was like, call her. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is this bitch? Where the fuck does bitch Marta live at? He's like, bro, no, Marta is a bus. Bitch, why the fuck you didn't say it was a bus? I'm thinking the whole time it's a female.
Right, because they call it, like in North Carolina, they call it cats. I think in North Carolina. So what's the system?
It's the bus. We call it bus.
Right.
We call it a bus. We don't call it, we waiting on New York Transit. Yo, we gonna hop on this bus or we gonna hop on this train. I ain't never heard nobody call the bus by the company name.
Right.
Ever.
Oh yeah, good old Marta.
Yeah, I was like, I thought Marta was a bitch. I wanted to kill this bitch.
She's slow as hell.
Yeah, what's the biggest driving? A wagon? The fuck?
Yeah.
So, but again, I didn't want to come, so I left. 2018, 2019 is when I decided to come down here. I had my daughter. Then we moved down here. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I had my daughter in 2008. I'm bugging.
Ooh. Okay,
my wife here.
Yeah, we gonna.
Yeah, so 2000. Oh shit, I'm off. Yeah, it was 2016, bro. 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 2000. I did move down here 2016. So 2015. Damn, I'm way off, bro. I think your weed hit me. So yeah, I did move here in 2016.
Okay.
2015 is when I came to visit. But yeah, so long story short, I came down here, right? I came down 2016. Damn, I'm tripping. 2006, I came down here, and my friend was like, "Bro, come work at this airport because it's for a private airport. It's not for Delta. It's a private airport. It's a government airport. Right? They're like, come work and like a cleanup, but get your stuff, get your license, so you could travel and do your comedy." I'm like, that makes sense because everybody in aviation, when you work for them, you travel for free. You don't got to pay for shit.
Right.
So I started as a helper cleaning up. Then I got cool with a Peruvian. He's been building airplanes for 30 years.
Jeez.
So his English was off.
Okay.
Right? So people will fuck with him because it's English, so they would joke with him. But I was there. I spoke perfect English. I spoke perfect Spanish. So he kind of friended me, like, "Yo, come on, come over here."
That's perfect.
So he's like, "Yo, you my dude," because he's like, "I'm
Yeah.
young. I was
Got
hip with
in on an
everybody."
internship.
Yeah. So he was like, "Yo, you want to learn this shit?" I'm like, I'm not gonna be here that long, bro. I really didn't want to work there. I never cleaned up. I always did my own thing. I came to Atlanta to open up a barbershop. That's what I really did.
Okay.
But I went there because I'm like, all right, I could do this and then cut part-time. So, but then homeboy was telling me, like, "Bro, I make like $50 an hour." I'm like, "What?" And he clean, and then this is what you do, and then forging metal by hand. And I'm gonna be honest, if you gave him a sheet of metal right now and you said, "I need that cup," he would fabricate this fucking out of a thin sheet of metal exactly like that cup. That's how nice this motherfucker is. And I was like, "Yo, this is why he made the big money." And he just like, "Oh, I traveled here, I traveled there."
I believe it. I've been watching Forest by Fire on Netflix, so I've been seeing how they like melt shit down and make whole other shit.
Oh, to do the process to do sheet metal is more like you get the softer metal, right?
Okay.
It's almost like bubble gum in a sense.
So
Okay.
is it? Do you tick weld? Is that what it is?
Huh?
Yeah, so it's not welding, is it?
No, there's welding, but there's no welding in where I worked at. It's all fabricated by hand. It's mostly cutting rivets. It's like it's like the rivets in your jeans.
Okay.
You know the little metal button.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So you drill holes into the sheet metal with another sheet metal, and then you connect it, and then you clamp it down. That's why it's not a screw. You know what I'm saying? There are screws there, but when you're building a plane, it's mostly rivets and
Right, like especially at the bottom.
yeah, the bottom is all solid rivets. There's no screws because them shits will come off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is like a solid bucking. So you got a buck with a bucking hammer and then a bucking metal bar, and then you buck these together and you joint these metals. But you have to forge metal a certain way though, certain thickness. So it just gets deeper and
So
deeper.
he almost gave y'all the sauce on how to build a fucking plane. Like,
Oh
y'all-
nah, I mean y'all. I'm giving y'all the sauce, but yeah.
Right. No, but it's not that simple. Please don't try this
Yeah,
at
please
home.
don't just go
Please
get a
don't
bunch
try
of
this at home.
buttons.
Nah, please do not try this at home. No.
You are not the right brothers.
But if you love it, go to school for it. It's worth it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So he was giving you the game, telling you he makes $50 an hour, and then
So he gave me the game. My boss, when he saw me, he was like, "Nah, I need him to clean up." Little homie, Peruvian Jose, he stepped in and he was like, "I need him as you said I needed a helper." "Yeah, but you don't get along with none of them." "Well, I get along with him and I want him to be my helper." "Oh, but he don't know what I'm gonna teach him." "Oh, but so they got into an argument. My boss didn't really like me. He's like, "I'm too fat to be an aircraft engineer," and because when you're building these Twin Otters and these Cessnas and these Learjets, they're small.
right.
So Peruvians mostly dominate that
field.
industry because they're like small, they're tiny, you know what I'm saying? But they're very good at building stuff. So there's some planes that you got to stand in the wing. I'm too big to do that, you know what I'm saying? So
Right,
these guys
gotcha,
are like
yeah.
4 feet and they perfect. They can fit into these
Yeah, I think I
spaces.
seen some old movie back in the day. You have to somebody would have to fit the pipes in at specifically.
Yeah.
That shit can go wrong.
and then like
crush your ass in there.
Peruvians also are good at like being disc jockeys, huh?
Right? Lord,
I'm serious. You said it like 4 foot. Like you
guy.
Yeah, they small,
put them on a pony.
Lord. The
No,
stereotypes.
it's true though, but they little. It's like even that's Mexicans, but I've seen majority is dominated by like I've seen a lot of Peruvians
See,
in this field.
little is not the word. The word he is looking for is petite.
Petite, yeah,
They're petite men.
very petite, very tiny. Like you could wear your little sun shirt. Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's how small these guys are.
All right. So what happens next?
So basically,
How
you
you?
know, my boss was like he was trying to like make an example out of me. Like, yo, you're not gonna last here. Yo, stop, drop that, go clean this up. I'm like, all right, because I knew I programmed myself to say, hey, he even said it to me. He's like, I'm not gonna pay you to learn. I don't want to do that. So I said, you know what? That's cool. I'll clean up. And my lunchtime, I'll sit there and do what I need to do. So during my lunch, while I'm eating, my boy was like, yo, drill this. All right, do that. Let me see you buck that. While he's eating, he's telling me I can't do nothing.
Right.
So I was allowed to use some of the scrap metal to learn and do that. So it's like, learn how to buck, because when you get good, he's going to have no choice but to put you as like a sheet metal person.
Okay.
So the first year went by, that shit it wasn't easy, bro. I was dirty as hell. They were moving me from station to station, but I always had to help them. The second year is when I stepped the fuck up. It's like when I really like, I wasn't doing skits, because I was doing skits before aviation, but I didn't master the craft yet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So in aviation, every day doing it, you get so good if you want to do it. I done seen people come in and try to learn and be a fucking helper for 3 years. I was a helper, and I was a helper the first year I was there. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to bump up to that, and I was able to step up. My third year, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was going to ask. At what year did you create your first comedic personality? You know, like
Oh, well, this is
you-
before aviation, bro. This is Munchies was actually in my stand up. I just never gave him a name.
Got you. Okay.
So I spoke about Munchies being
This
that
whole
cousin
time,
from
and
Cali.
you just finally put a name on it.
This
put a
this is
stamp on it.
after. This is like at the end of my aviation, like right before COVID. Matter of fact, no, I'm sorry. This is the third year in aviation because I had got deported and I came back, and Munchies was born.
Whoa, what'd you get? Well,
See-
of course we
see,
That's
know.
what I'm
hold on,
saying. No, I
wait.
was going into the third year. That's what I was about to tell you.
Okay, but look, before we get there, we're gonna take a break. We're about to reset these cameras. Man, we'll be right back with our special guest, our dog, Munchie is in this building. You know, you like my pics.
Oh my gosh, you like my photos,
I'm sorry.
man.
Damn,
Jeez, it's
see,
your boy
see,
Sterlo,
see,
man.
see,
We
you
here with
got- you
Munchie.
got to.
It's all right. I normally
Nigga was a
transition for us. We're working on them.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's all right. All right, y'all. We'll be right back. We here. You like my podcast? My co-host, Few Do It Better. We got Munchies, aka Big P, aka Pablo Escobar. Nah, I'm playing. Pablo in the building. You know what I'm saying? We want to come back from our commercial. You know what I'm saying? We hop right back in. We were all you just got deported, man. You just spoke on that. What happened?
Yeah, so basically, it was like my third year in aviation, and this is when I was like filling out paperwork. So basically, my situation was more of like, because of how I came into this country, I was able to adjust my status, because like I came here illegally. Like I don't, like, you know how motherfucker have a fence. Like we had to cross that border illegally to come into this country.
Okay.
So
Do you remember that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What is?
What was how long did it take? I'm not gonna ask where and all that.
I'm
dumb
sorry.
shit.
This
No,
is
no,
the
I can
first
speak on
time
that.
that I've actually, encountered somebody who actually did it. So I'm kind of inquisitive. I don't know if that triggers
where
anything
did you come
first.
from, and where did you end up?
I know I was in TJ at the time, but I don't recall how long it took. But I remember small moments,
Okay.
like the tragical moments. Like I remember being carried by a stranger. It was me, my grandmother, and my sister. Right, my parents were already in the country, so we were actually being brought in. I remember I was being carried by somebody, and I think my grandmother was carrying my sister, who was like 2 at the time, 2, 3 at the time. I was like 3, 4. So I remember that.
Okay.
Then I remember it was like we was out in the desert somewhere, but like around some trees though. And I remember there was a helicopter, and I remember them actually digging a hole, putting us in the hole, and putting leaves around us, and we had to stay in the hole. Like I fell asleep in that bitch.
Damn.
I remember falling asleep. I remember waking up. Then I remember just a long ass walk by the train tracks. We must have walked for hours. And then they put us in the house, right? Like the coyotes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They put us in the house and they told us we couldn't leave. So it said if anybody walked out the house, they was gonna get shot. So we stayed in his house for almost a week. I remember like the smell of the house. It was like it was just horrible. Um, my grandmother was the one that was like, "We're gonna fucking open the door and leave." People were like, "Nah, don't open the door." People were scared. I remember they opened the door. I don't know who ended up opening the door, and I remember a white guy coming towards the house with like sandwich bags, but like you know how like a loaf of bread is in.
Uh-huh.
I remember him having a bag with looked like a loaf of bread, but they were already pre-made sandwiches. The guy had a bag of quarters, and he just came and gave everybody sandwiches,
Okay.
handed us quarters, and was like, I'm thinking this guy's gonna snitch on us. This is a white dude, but he's actually helped us out.
Right.
And we were able to make a phone call and call my parents, and then they came and got us. Found out that the coyotes was actually held us hostage. We didn't know that. They were telling our family that if we didn't get more money, they was gonna kill us.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So they were threatening them like, "Yo, we need more money because if not, something can happen to them." So thank God my grandmother, whoever had the balls to open the door and walk out, we walked out. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you got here.
Yeah, that's how I got here.
Okay. Now, how did you end up going?
I'm sorry. I know I keep calling you Munchies. I'm just used to calling you Munchies.
No, it's
so
cool. You call me Munchies. I'm good. I'm cool. Yeah. Munchies done took over.
Yeah, I can't help it. But
Yeah.
yeah, all right. So how did you get back?
So like I said, I started my filing my paperwork, thinking like 2014, 2015, because my daughter was already she was already like 4, 2008.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm about.
How old is she now?
She's 13. She's
Okay.
13 now. So
Oh,
she was born in 2008. Right. Let me see too.
2016, she was 8.
Yeah, so when she was 4, so in 2012 is when I started my process, because I found a lawyer that said that because I came into the country legally and my parents actually gained their citizenship or their residence through through the Catholic like agriculture, because they were working on farms
Right.
Okay.
for the Catholic Church. So because of that, I was eligible for a family deportation act.
Okay.
So it's technically like anybody that came into the country in '82 that wasn't married and was under the age of 18 and they have no kids, which I didn't because I was young as fuck. I was eligible for that bill.
Okay.
So, even though my wife helped, I couldn't get my papers through my wife because after 9/11, you couldn't get married and automatically become a resident. That shit went out the door in 2000 and 9/11.
It toughened up.
2001, it was a wrap. So anybody that was becoming legal before 2001, it was real easy. It was like pay this fine, $1,500. Here's your green card. Not no more. Like you wasn't born here. You didn't come here legally because of all the terrorists and all that stuff going on. They basically was like, yo, you got to leave the country and re-enter, through your embassy. So I filed for that, and it took almost 6-7 years to finally get the letter of them saying, hey, you're eligible. We're going to give you a pardon, but you still have to leave the country. See, now I didn't know. I'm thinking I'm leaving to enter.
Right.
That's not that. When I'm on the plane and I'm about to hop on the plane, I'm asking the question like, all right, so I can come right back. It was like, no, wait. What the fuck you mean? No, wait. It was like you have to go back to your country and reapply to come in. But we're hoping that it doesn't take longer than 2-3 months. We don't know how long. Like, why the fuck? I didn't want to do it. I started arguing with my wife. I'm like, why the fuck? She's like, you have to do it. You're gonna be all right. Nah, fuck that.
You know what? Shout out to your supportive wife.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, my wife. Yeah.
Shout out to your supportive wife.
I told you, good woman. What she'll do for you?
Oh my, bro. Listen, she, and you know what? That she's my fuel. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because she's a major in biology, and her dream was to become a forensic pathologist. But because she stepped into my life, and it's like, I'm gonna make sure you're good, and we had kids, and that put a hold on her career. So like, you don't understand, my hunger comes from that. Like, I've been through so much, but like, I gotta blow up so she can do her thing. But listen, back to the story is like, I lost my cool. I got angry with her. I was arguing with her. I looked at my lawyer funny. I'm like, whoa, I thought you said this was like a 1, 2, 3. Like, yeah, but you gotta go back. And mind you, like I told you, I was locked up. So now I'm scared because I'm like, yo, they might look at that situation and be like, nah, because now that that's going on, like when they gave me the letter, I basically had a month to get back to my country, right? So now I'm going to the immigration website and I'm looking at all these people talking about how their other loved one or their fathers or their mothers or whoever that never had a criminal record that couldn't come back for something so small. So now I'm stressing. And one dude said because he had a tattoo, mind you, I'm tatted up. He had a tattoo, he couldn't come back because they considered it gang related. I'm like, yo, I'm tatted up. How they gonna tell me but I'm not gang related? I'm from Jersey. Tattoos is like where I'm from is just
normal.
It's just normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're not gonna look at him like, oh, he's a criminal. No. Cops got him, doctors got him, judges got tattoos. So it's like, but that scared me. And I remember, you know, turning myself in at the airport, hopping on a plane, and bro, I'll never forget. Like, this is one of the most scariest moments in my life because as the plane is touching down in Mexico, like I'm looking and bro, the poverty, the houses, like where I was going, it just like houses are made out of like cement, like cylinder blocks, like not even fully done, and you know what I'm saying. Instead of having a roof, you have like shingles, like that gate, like that gate right there. That's your rooftop, like this. This is what your roof looks like back home. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no we ain't got no dishwasher. No, bro, we washing our clothes next to where we wash our dishes at. So it's like whole like I don't think people understand how good they got it in the United States. I don't think people like. I think people are too fucking comfortable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you live in a place like this, bro, like, let me give you a funny story. As soon as I got to Mexico, like, my mind is like going crazy. I'm like, you know what? Let me just drink. You know, I told you earlier about the situation off camera.
Yeah.
So now it's evening time. My cousin got some beers. I'm drinking. I want to take a shower, bro. Something is so simple for us, right? Like we can hop in our tub, close the doors, turn the hot water on. This is not Mexico. This is not the States, bro. Like in Mexico, the shower, it's a fucking pipe. It's cold water. But my cousin, the way his house is set up, there's wires wrapped around the pipe, and there's a lever that activates the wires and makes them hot to heat up the pipe to heat the water. It's not like you're like. So I'm drunk and my cousin
nigga rig.
Yeah. Mind you, the shower head looks like them shower heads you can grab and, you know, water yourself down. I'm drunk. Yeah. My cousin is telling me this. Pull the lever and it's gonna make the wires hot because they're connected. So when that lever hits, it taps and it heats the pipe because a pipe gets hot. It's a copper pipe. So I'm fucking taking a shower. I'm crying. I never cried, bro, because in my mind, all these things are racing. Like, am I gonna go home? Can I see my kids? Am I fucking stuck here? This is my first day, bro. And I was there for a minute. While I'm taking a shower, not paying attention, I fucking grabbed the pipe.
Hot?
Not only hot, I got electrocuted. So that I locked up like. Thankfully, my cousin was taking a shit while I'm still in it because he was sitting there and he heard me crying, but he didn't want to say shit. So he jumped up and was like, kicked me, like put through with the curtain, and like I fell.
Gave you the Shawn
like, the fuck? It's like, yo, bro. It's like it's crazy because I'm like, yo, we don't know how good we got it here, bro.
That's a hell of a first day. That's
the first day.
Yes,
on top of what I told you earlier.
That's a hell of a first day,
bro. Just a shower situation. So it's like, You know, and it's crazy because one thing I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I've always wanted to leave the country because, like I said, I've been here since I was 4. I've never only my vacation was like traveling to Miami or traveling to, mind you, I did it all without a green card. Just like fuck it, I just hopped on a flight. Like I acted like I was from here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that are not from here that came here legally are scared to hop on flights because they think they're gonna get caught or deported, not knowing that you can just use your passport to fly anywhere. It doesn't matter. They're not gonna look at you like that. Only in California though.
Can I ask you a question? When did you get married?
When I got married? 2008.
How did you have a marriage license, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Like I said, that shit didn't mean nothing after September 11th.
No, no. After
got,
9/11, 2001, that all that shit.
it got a little tougher.
I heard that part, but it's just like I don't know. It's crazy. It's stupid to me, but continue.
Yeah, no. Even if you're married, they don't care. Like I said, before 9/11, that was possible. Like, I could like, all right, I got married. Like you know, a lot of people were doing that shit.
Yeah.
Lot of people.
Yeah. My cousin got 10 bands.
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, like no matter how much money you get now, you can't. You can't. You have to go back home unless if you had a visa and then you can stay here. Mind you, I didn't have none of that shit, so I really like hopped the fence to get in. It's almost like me hopping into your backyard and I don't live here. Like, bitch, I'm gonna get shot.
Right.
I'm gonna get thrown out. It's either one of the two. You know what I'm saying? So that situation happening. Now me like walking through the streets, dealing with the situation, everybody looking at me crazy. Besides the situation I spoke to you about. Um, um, so it was a while, right? So during the immigration process, you know, I had to get up at 2 a.m. to be at the embassy around 3, 4. Mind you, the lines are long. I'm talking about people constantly applying for visas just to come here, bro. And immigration makes so much money, bro. Y'all, I don't think people understand how much money is being made, man. And mind you, these people are spending money and getting denied. Denied, bro. Denied, right? And there's so much money there. There's actual people outside hustling. Oh, you need photocopies? You can't go in with that. You got to have a photocopy like this. Or we selling food. And like, these people are there. It looks like the flea market. People are hustling because when you get there and you get to the appointment, they're like, you need this, you need photocopies of this, you need this, you need that. Mind you, you think you know what you need, but when you get there, they give you a list of what exactly what needed. Like my wife always taught me, come always over prepared. So, you know, I had copies of everything. I did all of that, pictures. I had extra pictures. But I'm watching these dudes over here just come up, like making money. I'm like, damn. I get to the embassy. I walk in. Mind you, the rules are set. Only the interviewer is allowed at the window. So this situation, it looks like motor vehicles, but
Oh damn.
it looks like motor vehicles, right? Just like everybody's sitting in a chair and there's different windows, but the windows are bulletproof. They're thick as hell. They're thick ass windows, and then there's this little pad where you got to get fingerprint. Now, mind you, only the person that is going through the situation has to get there. I don't know what made my wife stand up there with me, and I guess because of her demeanor, they didn't say shit to her. And I was lucky my daughter was there, because if it wasn't for my daughter and my wife, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. I would never made it back. I get to the interviewer. He's like, "How you doing, sir?" He's like, "How you doing?" Oh, you need to fill this out. I'm like, well, you know, I read Spanish, but some words I don't understand. So do you have it in English? You don't speak Spanish? You don't write Spanish? I'm like, ma'am, I haven't been here since I was 4.
Right.
And all I know is this. So, you know, the lady gave me an attitude because she was Hispanic. So I'm like, bro, I'm thinking the white people going to give me the more issue and my people going to really, but it was really the Hispanic lady that gave me the most bullshit.
Right.
And the other person, the officer, was actually mad cool. So I deal with her, then I go to the other line. Before I go up, this young dude, I'm talking about everybody there looks like doctors and lawyers because everybody's dressed up for these appointments. I'm the one that's tatted up, so people are looking at me like, how the fuck did he get an appointment? Like, how is this dude able to walk in, like, apply for what we're applying for? One guy walks up and gets up. He was denied because he had a speeding ticket and he had a tattoo with a crown on it. They considered the crown to be gang related. mind you, bro, like I'm tatted the fuck up, bro. I got One Love, Brown Pride. Now,
You show that camera.
oh yeah, Brown Pride, right? Brown Pride in California is part of the gang culture, right? But it's also about being proud and brown. You understand what I'm saying? So it's mostly known, commonly known for gang members to use Brown Pride. I think there's also a gang called Brown Pride, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm mistaken, I apologize. No offense to nobody.
I'm pretty sure it's a gang somewhere in this world
Yeah.
called Brown Pride. So somebody happy you said it.
But again, I'm from Jersey.
All right.
So I didn't grow up around Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? I grew up around blacks, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Africans. So like I was always picked on. So as I got older, I said, I want everybody to know I'm Mexican, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got Brown Pride on my arms. And people would ask me what that means. I'm Mexican, homie. I'm proud of brown. I'm proud to be who I am.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So it wasn't but so when I seen him tonight, bro, I started praying like, please, God, please, please, please. Like I said, bro, it's like please, yo, like, man. I seen homeboy crying. It was like he was shedding tears. And then, then when I'm praying, Pablo, da-da-da-da, I'm like, I ain't never had my heart stop. Bro, I've been arrested, bro. I ain't never been scared. I was like, I don't go to jail. But my heart stopped. I'm like, my mind went blank. Like, what the fuck am I going to say? How am I going to behave? Get to the window. Just start asking questions. Such and such, is that your daughter? How many kids you got? Oh, you got kids together? Is that your only wife? I'm like, yeah, same. Oh, okay. You had all these kids with the same woman? Yes. Boom, 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 boom. They was like, oh, okay, cool. And then here comes the records. She's like, oh, you was arrested for this? Oh, you was arrested for this? I'm like, yo, my heart starts dropping. And then she says, what tattoos you got? And I'm like, the first thing I was going to talk about is the Brown Pride, just to get it out there. You know what I'm saying? And one thing, you got to tell the truth. When you're at these places, you got to tell the truth. They know everything about you. You can't lie. There's nothing to hide, bro. This is not like you going to the precinct. Like, these motherfuckers know. They worse than the IRS. They know everything. You know what I'm saying? So, as I'm talking to him, I started with my tattoo. This is my daughter. This is One Love because I like Bob Marley. I like listening to Bob Marley. This is my Sagittarius because I'm a Saggy. This is my tribal art. This is my daughter. And right when I was about to talk about Brown Pride, my daughter woke up. Mind you, my daughter just turned 1. My daughter woke up and she just smiled at the lady. She was like, she's so adorable. And she started kicking it to my daughter. Da, 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 and never got to my tattoo because, mind you, before this appointment, they took pictures of my whole body. Like I had to strip down to my drawers. So they took pictures of everything. Like you're going to jail.
Right.
Basically.
So before I even got to that tattoo, when my daughter woke up, the officer started talking to my daughter, and then she was like, all right, cool. All right, well, look, due to the fact that you were a minor, she said, how did you plead? And I said to her, I was like, well, I never pled, but my DA and the appointed lawyer told me it'd be in my best interest to let them plead for me and keep my mouth shut. She looked at me and smiled like, you got to be the smartest motherfucker in here. Because technically, you're in front of a judge again. So if you said, I pled guilty, then okay, you're guilty. All right, it's a wrap. But because exactly what happened to me is exactly what I said, but everybody else wouldn't have said it that way. You get what I'm saying? Right. So because I was a juvenile, my parents weren't there. She says, okay, at the moment, you're provisionally approved. I'm like, all right, I'm approved.
Under provisions.
Yeah. But I didn't think of that way. I'm like, all I heard was
just
approved.
like, boom.
Right, yeah. I'm going home.
My wife, she good with the words. She's like, wait a minute. No. What do you mean he's provisional? I'm like, wait, stop talking, bro. Just said I'm approved.
Let her finish.
Yeah, I'm approved. She's like, no. She says you're provisionally, like, you're not fully approved. I'm like, what? Oh, hold up.
What does provisionally mean now?
What's this
He got the pre-approved for a credit card in the mail.
I'm like, what the hell? And the lady was like, well, looking at your case and for the thing you got locked up for, that's kind of that's not a small charge. So she's like, I got to speak to my things. Like, I said, have you been arrested after that? Like, nah. I got arrested 2-3 times, and then my third time I did the long time, and but I've never got arrested as an adult. She was like, okay, cool. She says, listen, at the moment you're provisionally approved, so this is what we're gonna do. If I email you, I'm letting you know that you were not approved, so we have to figure out how to get you home. If I don't email you in the next 5 days, go pick up your visa within the week at the postal service because they don't give them to you because people are getting
Man,
robbed
that
for them.
sound like some shit that'll drive you crazy for the next
Bro,
5 days, man.
listen, I was already driving my shit crazy before that, right? I had to be there for like a month. I ended up being for like 2, 3 in a sense. So I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm the one that really loses in a relationship. My wife is always calm. Now she's crying. I've never seen my wife cry in public.
Damn.
Like it fucked her up. And then she's
That shit'll make you feel some type of way in
Yeah,
yourself. You
bro.
be like, damn, my baby crying.
It makes you feel helpless. That's how it
Yeah,
makes
it's
you
like,
feel.
damn.
Like,
because there's nothing you could do.
right.
You know what your story kind of reminds me of, what they say about people who make other people smile and laugh. You know what I'm saying? There's normally like you've been through a lot or there's something else there. Who's the comedian, like, I'm not saying you suicidal or nothing, but like Robin Williams from Mrs. Doubtfire, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
that's
know
an
what I'm
OG.
saying?
That's a
You know what I'm saying? That's I think that's deep that you just you aim to make other people happy and smile, you know what I'm saying? And you just this backstory, people don't even know. You
nah.
sitting on this.
And
you
see,
know?
and none of my friends knew I got deported. Everybody just thought I just went silent. But that deportation taught me who fucked with me.
Right.
Right.
Cause like
That's
who I
big,
called
yeah.
my
That's like
friends,
really going.
like, cause I went dormant before because once I got the letter, it was like a month, right? I had the month to go, but 2 months prior to that, like I really wasn't talking to nobody because I was going back and forth with the lawyer, and they was like, "Yo, prepare yourself, cause this shit's coming. It's coming. It's coming." So you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, "Oh, it's going in this month. It's coming next month." It actually took 3 months for me to get the letter to leave in a month. So I was like fighting. So nobody called to check on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you gonna know who your friends are when you go into some shit.
Right.
If you're not in front of them and they not like, yo, what's good, bro? I ain't seen you. They not your friends, bro. You're basically a fucking calling card. Your friendship is like buying minutes for a phone. When I see you, when I need it, I'm gonna use it. If not, not. So
Yeah.
out of all the people I fucked with, nobody called me. Nobody. It was only my brothers, my sisters, and I didn't have a good relationship with them at the time, but they was checking on me. Right. So as the lady said, is provisionally approved. My wife walks out. I said, I gotta go use the bathroom because I didn't want to show her how I felt. As I walked into the bathroom, mind you, there's full of people in there. I dropped to my knees in the bathroom, like right there in the middle of the fucking bathroom. Bloom. People looked at me like, what the fuck? And I started praying, like, God, whatever I've done, I'm sorry. I need to get back to my kids. I can't stay here. They're going, what I talked about earlier. I'm praying about that. Like, I don't want nothing to happen to me. Da, da, da. And I was just crying, bro. I was like crying. People looked at me like, "Whoa, I must have not got it." So when I walked out, my face looked a little red. People looked like, "Oh, he got denied," and that's how I felt. I felt like I wasn't approved, even though they said I was provisionally approved.
Right.
The whole time in Mexico, if I wasn't home, I couldn't get no phone calls. So if I'm out in the street, my phone didn't work. So I hopped in a cab with my cousin, with my wife, my daughter. And I promised my cousin, because, over there, all they eat is tacos. He always wanted to eat American food. So I said, let's go to IHOP. He's like, nah, you good, bro. If you got to stay here, don't worry about it. Me and my wife was already making plans to leave the country, go to Jamaica, or go to Canada, because she has family in Canada, and stay out there. I was like, if I can't go to the States, I'm going to find somewhere else to go, because I can't stay here. We get to the IHOP. My wife is still crying. My daughter's smiling, laughing. My cousin looks sad. I'm like, just order what you want to eat. I got you. He didn't want to order. The waitress kept coming back and forth. I put my phone on the fucking table. My phone dings. My wife looked at me. I looked at her. I'm like, the fuck my phone dinging for? I looked at it. It's a fucking email, bro. Like, I'm getting fucking goosebumps. It's a fucking email from immigration. My wife started fucking snot come out of her nose. She started crying. It was an email that I didn't open because when you look at an email, it automatically tells you what is kind of, you see a little bit and then you got to open it to see the rest.
Yeah.
It's like, Mr. Pablo, da da da. Just informing you about your visa, and then it stops, and I'm like,
Yeah, I
open
hate
it.
that shit.
I
Man.
said, open it, because I'm like, yo, we got to find somewhere to go now, because the lady just said, if I don't email you, you're good to go. If I email you, you got to come back. But I'm like, why am I getting an email now? The lady said I was going to get it in a couple of days.
Right.
If I wasn't approved, why the fuck am I getting emailed right now when it's 2 hours ago that I just left that bitch?
Right.
Right? Like, the fuck? Did they deny me that fast? Like, the fuck?
We seen the brown pride.
Yeah, right? And my wife opened it and she cried, and then she starts laughing. I'm like, what the fuck? And I grabbed the phone, notifying, letting you know I spoke to my superior. They said, you're good to go. Pick up your visa in 5 days. I said, shit. Bro.
In there. Look at God.
I never been upset, scared, and happy at the fucking same time that quick.
Emotional roller coaster
Bro.
in real life.
Yeah.
I told my cousin, I said, bro, order 5 of them shits, babe. What you want to eat? My wife is already asking my cousin to use his phone to book the flight. She was booking the flight as we were eating. Like, we need to get the fuck up out of here.
All right.
Booking the flights and everything, ready to go.
Ain't no need to waste time. We might as well go ahead and while they mind made up right now. Let's go ahead and get up out of here.
5 days.
I come back. I fly in. I don't go back to work yet. Right? My boss is like, and I text him. I'm like, I'm back here, but I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm pursue this comedy, because I had so many opportunities with comedy, but because I wasn't born here, I burned a lot of bridges. They never knew why. Nobody knew why. Like, oh, why is he flaking? It's not because I didn't have the paperwork that you have, social security number. I didn't have an ID. I didn't have none of that shit where everybody uses that shit. Some people don't even fucking use it. I just needed that little piece of paper to make my life more comfortable, and I didn't have it. So I told my boss, and he was like, nah, bro, just come work with me, and whenever you need to fly out, you're good. But I had to wait for my green card to come, so it took a month and some change. That's where Munchies that's where Munchie comes about.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm at home. I ain't got shit to do. I can't go nowhere. So my wife, because they basically said, don't get caught driving, don't get caught doing nothing, because if you get locked up or something, you get thrown back. So that was the provisionally approved shit. I'm here. Once my green card, I can go apply for my license, and I'm good. Mind you, I've been riding dirty for a long ass time, and thank to God, I don't know how I did it. I talked my way out of it. Thankful to God, bro. Like, I guess I'm here for a bigger reason, right? And I'm sitting at home, and my wife is like, she's talking shit like, yo, why don't you start doing, the character the Mexican do? You doing all these skits, like, why don't you, like, because I filmed them before, but I've never filmed a double character. I always filmed myself as Big P. So she was like, why don't you create him? So I put a Scully on. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play like my cousins. Boom, boom, boom. And I did a quick sketch, and she was like, yo, he needs a name. What name? I'm like, damn, what I call him, bro? I don't call him Essay, nah. I call him this, nah. I'm like, yo, I'm hungry, man. I'll just talk about later. She's like, you hungry? I'm like, Munchies. Munchies. Who can't relate to Munchies? Munchies always eating, I'm always eating shit. So she was like, call him Munchies. And Munchies was born. And then I did a quick sketch, and everybody said, that's it. Munchies is it, bro.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't
getting
hit
with Munchies.
I wasn't getting no views. I wasn't getting no likes. I had like 400 followers, and then I created Munchies, and it just and that's it. And here I am today. So COVID hit. I stopped working. My boy Robbie, my boy Jordan Jackson. Shout out to my brother Jordan and my brother Robbie.
Yeah, man. They cool
put me
dudes,
on.
man. They cool dudes. Had the pleasure to work
Hey,
with
look,
them.
we're going to take a break real fast. We're going to come right back.
Yeah. We'll be right back, you guys. You like my photos? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We here with Munchies, man. We out.
It's your boy Munchies, and you're now watching You Like My Podcast. Tune in, subscribe, and follow. You already know.
All right, you guys. We are back, man. It's your boy Sterlo here with my co-host Few Do It Better. Yeah, and we got our special guest, Munchies. You know what I'm saying? My boy here. So, getting back to what we were talking about, you're making it back. you're a free man basically. Now
You
you've
hear?
been working with Robbie.
Munchie came alive.
Yeah,
Munchies came about. Um, so I started working. First off, like Munchies came about, then I started creating these characters: Uncle Chuco, Dummy Loco, Spicy Huevos. These are characters I created, but I
Spicy
wasn't.
huevos.
Yeah, I wasn't getting
really.
the push, but because I wasn't doing consistently. You know what I'm saying? I was posting like 1 or 2 skits a week, and I was still working in aircraft, building planes and stuff. So long story short, get to it. I met my girl Via Moore, who was actually working with
Met V, she's cool.
V Moore, just my sister, right? Down to earth, down to chick. Like I fucks with her all day. She was working with other influencers. I didn't even know. I just wanted to work with her, and then we clicked. And then she was like, "Oh, this guy Robbie want to fuck with you. He see your stuff." And then Myron, cheating as Myron. Shout out to cheating as Myron. I met Jordan Jackson out of the circle, out of influencers, but he started shooting skits. I actually did stand up with Jordan Jackson. Shout out to that dude. Robbie, Myron, Jordan Jackson's like my brothers. I fucks with them heavy. And basically they all basically worked with me and they showed me the ropes. Robbie World and Jordan Jackson, these brothers have actually like put time in, fed me knowledge, and I was able to be monetized through my boy Robbie World. My boy Jordan Jackson is putting me in front. He believes in me so much. I think they believe in me more than I believe in myself, and that's crazy.
Now coming from somebody who had to, now you know sound like you're no stranger to labor, like working for your dollar. Now it seems like because you've created these personalities, now your dollar's a little easier, ain't it?
Yes.
Working your mind and not your body.
Yeah, so exactly. So monetization kicked in, COVID happened, I left my job.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck aviation. You know what I'm saying? I love aviation, don't get me wrong. It taught me a lot, but I love doing this. So now that I'm monetized, I make money. But there's like I'm at the beginning, bro. So it's not like people think like, oh, he's making thousands now. Hell no. I'm in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's like I feels like I'm being a Mexican again in social media. I'm making $13 a day type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love doing it though.
Right.
It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I want to make what they. No, bro. This is my process. This is my story. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just beginning. I'm just starting, bro. Like everybody thinks I came out of the woodwork, but I actually started shooting skits in 2010. I just didn't know the platform. I wasn't educated, and I was trying to build a team when the team ain't want to see me where I want to see them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to go through my process, lose the friendships, get deported, come back to actually, hey, people that fuck with you are gonna put you on. And my brother Robbie World, my brother Jordan, these are the people that put me on. And my sister Via Moore, like they are like, yo, bro, we're gonna show you. We're gonna fuck with you, we're gonna work with you. And here I am. Now I'm the next up. I'm coming for everybody. I'm looking at everybody. I'm telling you, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming hard. This is y'all seen, but y'all about to see a lot more. So
Okay, Munchie, I understand that you were married. Ring on the finger. We see that and it's shining. And look,
Yeah, the
them
wife threw it
diamonds
on it.
dancing like, hey, yeah. But you stay with a stable around.
You got a nice little
What is
squad
the-
that
give us the
haven't
sauce,
worked with
please.
there, sir.
a lot of the skits that people think is inappropriate, my wife filmed and directed. I'm gonna leave it
Okay,
at
that makes life easier.
Wow.
See,
And
it's
that,
so
that
much
was my
easier
next
when the wife
question
is
too.
in
Like,
tune.
how's that
Yeah.
home life being that your wife see you with all these women, but she's there too?
That makes life so much easier, man. Communication and understanding.
Uh, but
Yeah.
it's more of like I'm deeply in love with my wife.
Facts.
So I can look at everything. I'm a man, and my wife knows this. I'm a man. I'm be like, damn, she thick, boy. I smash that. That's just a verbal, but I want to go home and fuck my wife. I don't want to get sexual with this female. I don't want to get sexual with that female. A lot of dudes can't do that, and unfortunately, they're not in the mental. To me, this is my personal, because before my wife, I was smashing all of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I've learned things are easier when you keep your dick out.
No, and it's not only that. It's like
No, when you keep your dick up, not out.
Yeah,
See,
but-
look at
yeah.
him.
But, and no disrespect, because the women I work with, they're all beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody wants a piece of that. You know
You
what I'm saying?
definitely have some beautiful
But-
women in your lineup.
To me, it's like, and you do film, so you know where
Yeah,
I'm coming
man.
from.
You see, it's
You coming in, you punching in. There is no, there could be a like, oh, she's sexy, but you gotta get this money, you gotta get this work, you gotta
I'm
get
just
this in.
here. I'm just here for the next 8 to 12 hours.
Exactly. But if you fuck the bag, what happens?
Shit, ain't
You
no
fuck
more
up the
money.
situation.
Right.
And then everybody gonna be like, he that dude that filmed to try to get pussy,
Yeah,
and then you get a bad rep.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
And
out
I'm
here.
not that guy. And none of these women are worth me jeopardizing my wife, because me and my wife.
Hey, y'all
are
made it
at
through
the
Mexico.
Yeah,
Y'all
man.
made it through Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
that's
you know
it.
that's how you know you're gonna be. If you made it through Mexico, you can make it through anything.
And she left everything and willing to live her life, and said, we're gonna start somewhere in another country that she ain't never been to. So,
Heard.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's most definitely love. That is the true meaning of love, right
Yeah,
there.
man. I'm all for. I love love, man. And it's like you say, because it is. You work in entertainment, you're gonna see pretty girls left and right. They come in and out like all the time. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep your mind and your eye on the bag, this is nothing. You can easily come in and work with these women
Right,
and then
so-
go home.
So what you got next, man? What's next for you? Man?
Yeah.
I got something for NBC.
Okay.
So yeah, I gotta,
Okay.
I gotta delete a lot of stuff so women don't get mad at me. I gotta clean up my pages. But yeah, so I got
Well,
that.
wait. Say that again and say it slowly.
I said, don't get mad at me, but I gotta
No,
delete.
not that part. Not that
Yeah.
part.
Which part?
The beginning.
I forgot what I said.
You got something for who?
NBC.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
NBC.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to be a part of something for NBC, and it's basically like it's a clean show, and you know I can't. What I've been doing with the women, I can't portray that, so I have to
Gotcha.
delete a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah, they good, clean.
Hey man,
comedy.
put on
Yeah.
your OnlyFans.
right, yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
Ooh, exclusive content.
Ooh, yeah, yo, I'm about to make an OnlyFans. Holla at me.
Yeah, real shit. Hey, that's
Yeah.
Hey,
You know what? Yeah. OnlyFans coming up.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I need 10% for the first 2 months.
I
though.
got you. Say
Hey,
less.
okay.
Let's get it.
How you manage to wiggle a discount in there or a percentage out of it? Like, how do you got
Did
it?
you see his face when I said
He
it?
said, "Oh,
That's how I
OnlyFans."
knew it was
It
worth
was
something.
mind blowing. He was like, you know what, you wanted something.
Yeah, OnlyFans. I could do skits on it and just wild out. You're right. You're absolutely right. For $1.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, nah, shout out to you. Shout out. Hey man, Munchies, one more time, man. Tell the folks where they can find you at, man.
Y'all can follow me at Munchies El Jefe, MunchiesEljefe on Instagram, and at Big PTV on Facebook, The Life of Pablo, and Munchies El Jefe on everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, final thoughts, man.
Final thoughts or final thoughts?
Shit, both. Both.
Final thoughts. Hey, you heard my story, man. This is possible. There ain't no situation that you can't get out of. And if I can make it from getting deported and coming back and making my dreams come true, so can you. So, don't hold yourself back and fight for your dream, because if you're not, then you're gonna die miserably. You know what I'm saying?